Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for some more Inters racing on this Saturday afternoon for Tier 2 at round 3. And as you can see, we have got home field advantage, let's say, because we are racing at Albert Park in Melbourne. So great to see us visiting the home track once again. Scotty here with you once again for Tier 2, and this time sort of a double name, so hopefully we don't get too mixed up, but does a great job with the Inters graphics. IRL Scotty, thanks for joining me. How are you?
Not too bad, mate. How are you?
Yeah, really good for Saturday afternoon, and looking forward to this. Believe we've got a full grid, just waiting on someone to join at in the middle of qualifying. But Australia, you obviously raced here last night. How do you
Yeah.
find Albert Park as an actual track?
I find the track is actually quite a good track, but the one thing the drivers are gonna figure this out is the setups, because the setup for this track I found was very difficult in order to either maximize the corners or maximize the straight line speed. So it'll be interesting to see how these drivers tackle that today.
Yeah, exactly right. And as you can see, we've got a bit of cloud cover in the session. I believe both quali and the race. We won't see any rain, but it will definitely be overcast for both sessions. So that will make it a little bit interesting as I try and get all our little details
Yeah,
up.
just out on that overcast weather, that's going to affect the tyre pressure, because I'm not sure many of the drivers would have practiced in these kind of conditions. It's kind of overcast, colder temperatures. So these tyre pressures could get very interesting, especially if we have a safety car, which we did have yesterday in Tier 3.
Yeah, exactly right. And we know that penalties definitely played into a part last night for you guys picking up three
Absolutely.
second penalties. So Medi is just coming through the last sector now. So would you be willing to take us through a hot lap of this Albert Park circuit?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, going around the last corner, very difficult to know when to pick up the throttle, and then you want to get a great exit to the line. One of the only tracks on the calendar which has the actual start finish straight, like start finish lineup right at the end of the straight. Heading through turn one, turn two, looking very clean, very tidy there from Medi as Mercy puts in a 1:18.2. That is a very quick lap from the McLaren driver. Going to turns 3 and 4, want to keep it nice and clean, don't want to run too wide. And then flat out through turn 5. He's gone a bit wide, and that'll be an invalidated lap, I'm assuming. No?
No,
Maybe he's
still,
keep on
still
going.
going.
Going through 6 and 7, and then going through the long right-hander of 8 onto the backstraight. Now, this is where most of the overtakes will happen this afternoon. Very long, windy kind of straight. I don't know if I can call it a straight, but heading up into 9 and 10, this is a crucial corner, big overtaking zone. Make sure you set yourself up. So he's gone a bit wide, and that somehow he's kept this lap going. I don't know how. But going to turn 11, again, want to try to get as far as left as you can. Use most of the curb and the exit, which he's done very well at. Heading into 12, 13, and 14. Again, you want to keep the minimum speed up, heading off into turn 14. This is going to be the crucial corner. No, he's just heading to the pits.
Yeah, which doesn't exactly surprise me considering that we did see him pretty much nearly off track twice in that particular lap and
Yeah,
surprisingly didn't invalidate his time. So, but he definitely lost time, obviously travelling at least on the gravel. But
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
as we get the things back up, race winner from last week, Gordo, has the current top time, 17.7.
Very
Pole,
quick.
yeah, pole position
Very
last
quick.
night. If I have a quick look, was Powers, who
Was
did
Powers.
18.2 surprisingly. So already got Gordo nearly half a second ahead of the tier 3 pole time. So, but Powers obviously
Yeah.
not joining me in the box today, but winner once again last night. So really informed is the Williams driver. And we can see Gordo in the Haas continuing his form. I do just want to quickly mention, while a lot of these guys are in for a change of soft tyres, we did have a change in the results. As we know, Battle Cat, unfortunately, he did get penalised for that incident with Sam off the restart. So Mercy has been promoted into the podium. So nice job from him to find himself into get his first podium of the season.
Yep.
We still did only have 11 finishes, so fingers crossed today's racing's a little bit more cleaner than what we saw last week. Yeah, it was a bit of a shit show, let's just say. So fingers
Yeah,
crossed.
that's one way to put it.
Yeah, just give a little bit more room, but at least with this track, the safety car restarts are a little bit easier, just with the way the circuit goes in, especially in those last 3 or 4 corners. So we shouldn't see any more of those issues. Another note to point is Coolboy just serving his quali ban, so that's why he has retired early on. And we do have some penalties that will remind everybody at the end of the race, but Blue Dog has a 5-second time penalty to be applied at the end of the race. Greedo has 10 seconds to be applied, and Coolboy has 25 seconds to be applied. So 3 drivers that may not finish as high up as what they want, just to penalties from previous rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm on board now with the Aston Martin of Greedo. He goes up into that fast left-right chicane, going onto the back straight. He's invalidated his lap already.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, I think he did it out on lap turn 5. Yeah, Don Moore.
Let's go to the other Aston Martin, who is also flying lap. Don Moore.
And he's invalidated as well out of turn 6 and 7, I believe. So both Astons, unfortunately, not keeping it within track limits. Shadow is starting his one, so we'll jump back a little bit further. Shadow, can he navigate these corners? Purple first sector. You can get around 6 and 7 perfectly. Around turn 8. And then, as you said before, this is pretty much one whole straight with the DRS. 4 DRS zones on this 5.278 kilometre circuit, so plenty of overtaking possible as he comes through the middle chicane of 9 and 10. A few people call that the graveyard, especially that we've seen death there in the past. It wouldn't surprise me if we have a couple die there today, unfortunately. But coming through the last sector as Mercy, as I've called it, and I think it was Bompton. And where's the Alpine? Words had only just left
at turn 1.
Yeah,
turn
just
1 looks like.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think that was Bompton. Words had just left my mouth, and Bompton binned it at the end of turn 10. So sorry, Bompton. Probably not the first time. Probably not the first time I called it. As I said, doesn't really matter as long as it's not a Red Bull, and obviously not your team. You got to remind me who you drive for.
I'm big Ferrari man.
Oh, that's right, Ferrari. Yes, that's right, Ferrari. So,
Marty.
Yeah. So as long as it's not a Ferrari or a Red Bull, we're fine.
We're okay. Now, one driver I do want to touch on is Broseph, because Broseph, he had a bit of a shaky start to the season. Good result last week. He has got a podium at Inters at Australia in Season 2 on his way to the Tier 2 Championship. So he knows how to do well at this track, and I'm expecting a big result from the Ferrari TP today.
Yeah, exactly right. He's been consistent at least the first 2 rounds. He's finished in the top 10 twice. So, yeah, it'd be good to see him get right up there and trying to match his teammate. Battlecat jumped up into P2 throughout all that, so good to see the Red Bull in there.
Flat.
Yeah, 18 flat. Yeah, it was a P4 in round 1, and then obviously the penalty unfortunately hurt him last week. So he's showing good form and definitely contending right up there. So hopefully he doesn't have any issues and can get onto that podium. Broseph, as you were saying, I think he's on his
flyer.
Yeah, so we'll follow him through towards the second part of his lap. So,
now, Scotty,
yep.
I just want your thoughts here. We've got Lane Santer there in P11, very quick driver. He's gone out on the medium tyre and he's set a 19.1. What is the reasonings behind that?
Maybe just to set a set of softs, I should say, but it's sort of double-edged sword, because if he has gone the balanced setup, and if the safety car's in play here, I tend to like to have both my mediums fresh, but he might be thinking of another sort of strategy that maybe he's going to go long on a set of hards, or he's happy to he's got a bit of tyre wear management that he can use a soft and actually take it a fair distance. Yep. As Wayne Morris has retired on... No, that's Greedo.
Broseph just finished his lap. He put himself in P8 with 18.4. So not a bad lap there from the Ferrari TP.
Yeah, and Wayne, he retired at the exit of turn 5, so that's another tricky corner that these drivers will have to watch out for on this circuit. So we've seen the big crashes or the big moments out of turn 5 and turn 10, so that's going to be two corners that the drivers have to be a little bit careful of, just with traction coming out, because you can easily overcook the rears and find yourself into the wall. So unfortunately,
Now,
yeah.
Marty B coming up to the line, he's just invalidated his lap, I think, on the last corner, so that's unfortunate. That lap actually would have put him
18.2.
Up into P3
P5.
without the invalidation.
P5, yeah, it did a 2.63, I believe, so it would have squeezed just in between Mercy and Bompton there. So, but Marty's still showing good pace, and as I said, just with around this track. Yeah, with around this track as Sloth goes P2. So I've seen Sloth race a few times on this game, and he's fairly quick. So don't be surprised if he's in contention for a victory tonight for the Mercedes team, just reserving tonight.
Absolutely. Now, one driver who I believe is actually on a flying lap, and we didn't see him last week, but we've got Sam currently sitting in P16 in the Williams. He's going through, just finishing up the first sector there.
Yeah.
What do you think of him?
Sam's obviously, he's shown he's got really good pace. Unfortunately, he drives for my team in DRS on a Thursday night, and his wheel actually turned off while he was in second under a safety car, and he binned it. So I'm hoping that for his sake, that his wheel remains on for the entire race distance. But
absolutely.
Yeah, but Sam's quick, and unfortunately Sam, he didn't show much last week because of obviously the early incident that took him out. So we'll see how he goes, as I think that was Mehdi that jumps into the top 5. So good job from the Alpine driver.
Now, while you're talking about Sam's pace, he's at a purple middle sector. The Williams is flying as he's going to head up the line. This is going to look like a very, very quick lap from the Williams driver, and he puts him up to the P3. He's into the 117s.
Yeah, great lap from Sam, and he was only just behind Sloth and only 2/10 behind Gordo. Gordo did leave the session, so hopefully he has jumped back in. If I can get you to just send him an invite just in case he's still not back in.
Yeah, absolutely.
As while you're doing that, we'll watch Shadow coming through on his next flyer. 1970 is the last of the guys that have set a lap time, but he's currently up through the middle sector as he comes through 9 and 10. Oh, a little bit of a wiggle off the exit of 10, but still looks like he carried a lot of speed as he hits about 320 coming into turn 11, the redesigned turn 11. And the tight, or the tricky last sector. Oh, big snap coming through that particular corner.
I think on the grass a bit there as well, and he's run right off.
Yeah, so he had a moment through 12 and then, completely stuffed up his braking point of 13, unfortunately. So Shadow, he's got 4 minutes left to go in the session, so he'll have enough time to come back in.
Go round again.
Yeah, it's just whether or not he's got another set of tyres that he can burn.
Now, Gritto is on a lap. He's just entering the edge of Sector 1. He's already nearly 6/10 up on his time, and it's a purple first sector for the Aston Martin driver.
Yeah, we've sort of seen him, we've tried to follow him through on a flying lap, but he's invalidated, unfortunately, a couple of times, so he's definitely made it through the first sector very cleanly and quick. He's half a second still up, so he lost a little bit of time in the middle sector, but DRS coming down towards turn 11. A little bit of lag, but he looks like that line was very nice. Needs to find about a second to be within the top 6.
Going through turn 13, and then onto the long right-hander of 14, onto the main straight. What is it going to be? It doesn't look like he utilised the edge of the track there, and that is going to be P2 of a 17.8, splitting Gordo and Sloth.
Yeah, only a 10th behind Gordo as well, so I think that might be the best he can do, because he's going to have to come in and refuel, and I don't think we've got the time on the board for him to do that. So I think Gordo...
Yeah.
Gredo, sorry. Yeah. So Gredo definitely got the lap in at the end, where he needed to, as I think Blue Dog's the next one to start a flyer. So Williams currently in P4, P12. Yep.
Heading into turn 3, again, really sharp braking zone, and this sets you up for the middle sector. You want to get it inch perfect. Utilises that exit curve on turn 4, and through flat out to turn 5, ending that first sector. What's it going to be? He's 2 tenths up on his time. This is crucial stages of the lap. Going on the back straight now. He's going to open the rear wing of that Williams. Heading into turn 9 and turn 10. A lot of time he can gain throughout that middle sector. He's 3 tenths up. And he's done it very nicely through that chicane, heading down into turn 11. You see, utilises the track all the way on the left. Little touch on the curb on the right. And he's going to be a very quick lap actually here from Blue Dog. As he makes his way around the second last corner, onto the last corner, and coming down the straight. Picks up the power. What is it going to be for the other Williams? Can he match his teammate? Close enough. P6 with an 18.2. That is a solid time there.
Yeah, I think Blue Dog will be very happy with that lap time. He's only a couple of tenths off his teammate as well, as we've got a lot of these guys just starting their final flying laps now. I've got Sloth Purple in the middle sector, and he's only 2 tenths off the top time as it is. So any purple sectors from the Mercedes here will definitely be in reach of Gordo. Gordo is back in the session, and Sloth is 3.5 tenths up. So this will be pole if he can finish this lap.
Absolutely.
So he gets around one of the Alpines, and then he's got 5 corners left to go.
He's got a very clear track ahead of him as well. The next closest cars are the Ferraris, and they've both passed the last corner. So we have a clean run to the end, does the Mercedes driver.
Yeah, last corner, DRS. And he's going to get to the line. That looked fairly tight and tidy final sector, and he does.
Provisional pole. 17.4, very quick lap there by the Mercedes driver, and we'll see if that stands.
Well, it's
Grido obviously wasn't able to improve, so he'll at best start P3.
Yeah, Gordo's invalidated, so he's not going to be the one challenging. Sam's crossed the line, stays P4. What about the Battle Cat?
Battle Cat is just under a tenth, he's 800ths of a second going through that first sector. What is it going to be now? He's 300ths down. At the end of the second sector, it's going to be a mighty third sector from the Battle Cat if he's going to challenge for pole position.
Yeah, and Ferraris gave themselves a little bit of a tow down the curve straight. So we'll see if that helps. I think it was Broseph that got the tow, but Battle Cat, he's 18 flat at the moment. If he's got a little bit of time, as A-Dog, he's the second driver to bin it at turn 10 off the exit, just trying to carry a bit too much speed through. Battle Cat stays in P5, Blue Dog stays in 8th, and who was that just moved up? Medi, I think? Yes. Medi P6.
That will be the end of qualifying. No one's going to get another lap through. They've all retired or have abandoned their laps. So, I'd not expect Sloth to get P1 there.
Yeah, Sloth, he could definitely reserve Tier 1. I think he's a reserve, Tier 1 and 2 reserve, and that does not surprise me whatsoever with the pace I've seen from Sloth, especially the other night when I raced him. So Sloth gets pole position for round 3 at Australia. Gordo, unfortunately, made a mistake. He validated his last running quali, so we're not sure what time he had left in the tank, but Greedo as well, great job from him, P3. Sam, great job, P4. Battle Cat, another top 5 in quali. Medi, P6. Marty B, I said Marty B, I don't think he's been on the podium twice, but I think he's qualified just around that 5th to 7th, if I'm not mistaken. So plenty of good stuff looking towards Marty B, and see if he can get a 3-peat of a podium as we have a look at the results on screen. Blue Dog P8, Mercy P9, and Bompton round out the 10. So interesting lap from Bompton because he retired early, remember, because he crashed out, but 18.2 and he still finishes in the 10. It's a good job from him. Lane Santa, Peril Aussie, Broseph, Shadow, A-Dog, Wayne, Ethimon, Dom War, and Cool Boy will be the last of our 19 runners going into this 50% race, 29 laps around Australia.
Absolutely. Now, I want to get your predictions. Who do you think's winning today?
Not sure, because we didn't see Gordo's last lap, but if Sloth continues this good pace in the race, I feel like Sloth's in a prime position as long as he can get the start and get through turn 1 cleanly and in front.
I actually think Battle Cat or Sam might be able to push their way up into the lead of the race, or at least challenge for it. I know there'll be a couple incidents early on the race, and that start, as you said, is so crucial. So many opportunities for incidents, especially in that first sector of lap 1.
Well, just remember, we did see those two come together, Sam and Battle Cat last week, so they're going to be very close on track once again. So fingers crossed that they can make it through. But strategy for Orient here, what did you go with your tyre strategy, and what do you think is the best tyre strategy from last night?
So most of the drivers last night went on to a medium-hard strategy. The safety car came in at almost... I actually was able to go for a medium-hard medium. I was on the hards for about 2 laps, and the safety car came.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
as the 5 lights go on here in Melbourne, and it's lights out, and away we go. And I think Goss didn't even go tonight.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. We've had a Mercedes the second time in 2 weeks not get onto the line, and we've got the other Mercedes around. That's Bompton.
Battle Cat spun around. Shadow is spun around. I don't know who else, and I think we have a safety car.
Still, we might be under a virtual, I think.
I think we're under a virtual safety car. Sorry, my mic disconnected, so I couldn't hear you.
That's right. You're sort of just cutting in and out just a little bit, but yeah, unfortunate there. As no safety car is now out. So same thing as last week, where we've got a Mercedes that didn't get off the line, and unfortunately, a few guys picking up wing damage.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, most of the drivers here have actually started on the medium compound tyre, so I don't know. What are your thoughts? I think 81 probably has the box on the soft tyre. I think it'd be a bit stupid not to.
True, but in saying that, he only went, one corner. So you could you could get away with staying out on the soft tyres, but then again, you could go on to a medium and just do a double medium stint from here. But I'm just gonna wait and see who actually comes in, because whoever was behind Sloth on the start, I think he definitely did get hit. So we've got Greedo's in, and I think Greedo might have been the one that picked up damage.
Yeah,
because I think
it's just Greedo who's coming in.
Yeah, being on the medium tyres, he definitely wouldn't have wanted to come in, and yeah, that's a front wing change, unfortunately. Shadow, no front wing, and Bompton, no front wing. So everyone else has sort of gotten away.
Shadow's going onto the soft.
Yeah, Bompton on the soft as well. Is he
going for an aggressive 2-stop here?
Possibly. Well, you can see the strategy on screen. It's set a soft medium, so whether they're still going to go with that, interesting call, but maybe just want to try and get a few of the spots back that they sort of lost at the beginning. But yeah, at least we've still got all 19 running, other than last week where we had 3 people bin it in turn 5 in Jeddah. So it's definitely able to... These 3 at the back are able to come back, and as we've still got, we'll have about probably 26 laps of racing, 27 laps of racing when we do go green once again.
Now, Scott, your thoughts. Shadow and Bompton have both put on the soft tyres. We know they're going to have to make another stop at some point during the race, because those softs will not last till lap 29. However, Greedo has put on the hard tyres. Do you think he'll make it to the end?
He'll make it to the end, but he's not going. I don't feel like he's going to have pace. Especially, he won't have pace. He won't have pace at the end. Even then, I'm sort of thinking that he probably won't make it to the end anyway. So he's probably just switching to a hard medium, or he's just going to try and extend the hards as long as possible. And if he gets a late safety car, maybe come in for a set of softs. That could be a way that he goes about it. Battle Cat's dropped... actually, I'll bring up position changes, because I noticed Battle Cat's dropped a few spots. He's down 5. Sloth obviously down 5 due to his issues at the start. But as you can see, a lot of guys in the midfield moving up. Wayne up 5, Ethimon up 5, Coolboy up 6, and then obviously the biggest loser, Greedo, down 14. I think he was the one behind Sloth, and he obviously picked up the wing damage as Bompton and Shadow in, so they are going with the one stop. They've chucked on the hards, so that's why they've gone onto the softs, because they immediately went back onto the hards.
Yeah, absolutely. So for them, may look like they're just going to the end, and will track position prevail for them? That's going to be the crucial thing here, because you can get past on the straight with DRS and ERS. However, during these first and second sector, first and last sector, apologies, it's hard to overtake them.
Yeah, and they're obviously going, even though they're on newer tyres, they're not that much older, they're not that much younger, I should say, than the guys on the mediums. So
yeah,
the mediums and the softs ahead will still have more pace than those hards, and especially with the warm-up, it'll be interesting to see how their warm-up goes. And I think we'll have a few DRS trains around here, and that will just sort of spread the field out a little bit. That I think you say Gordo pits in 10 to 12 laps. I still feel like he'll probably have the gap to Bompton and Shadow, who may try and go the rest of the way, unfortunately. So it's an interesting...
you lose about 20 seconds. You lose about 20 seconds in the pit stop here. So we'll be interested to see how that gap looks. Anyway, safety cars are coming at the end of the lap here. We see all the drivers here bunching up. When do you think Gordo is going to go?
Well, he'll learn from last week, so he'll make sure that this safety car's in this pit lane. So, yeah, definitely he's going to be careful. Safety car is in the pit lane now, so I'd imagine through the final corner he'll go. He's given the safety car a lot of room. He's gone now, but Sam's...
He's gone now, but actually Sam is just on the back of that hat, and he is gaining.
Oh, he was nearly tempted, I reckon, to have a move down at turn 1. He turned his battery off. He's just going to sit behind Gordo. So, race back underway, lap 4. Gordo from Sam, from Medi, from Blue Dog. And we are all single file from here. Doesn't look like anyone's sort of close enough to make a move, except for the teammates, Coolboy and Ethimon, changing positions. So, Coolboy from the back of the field up into P12 already. And I think
remember, no DRS for the next 2 laps. So Sam is not going to have that benefit of the rear wing opening of that Williams if he's trying to get the move done here on Gordo. Alright, he's not even using his battery, so he looks like he's just trying to conserve the energy, kind of just sticking behind the Haas and trying to tag along with him.
Yeah, and that's sort of what you want to do. You're not going to win this race on lap 4 as it is now. So just sit behind him, get your mediums nice and warmed up. As we've got Marty B having defending from Sloth. So Sloth still got pace. Remember, he did get pole by about 3/10 as Coolboy now gets past Wayne down at turn 11. So Coolboy, he's got pace on those medium tyres, and he's using it. Made 2 nice passes on this opening lap restart.
Yeah. And he has Battlecat ahead, who is on the hard compound tyres, so that should be light work for the Alfa Romeo driver. Of course, Alfa Romeo requiring some desperate points as they are becoming quite far behind in 10th place in the Constructors' Championship.
Yeah, and also interesting to note, Medi is quite a long way. Sloth looked for a move on Marty B, not quite getting the job done. So he'll have to stick back into this train, and I was about to say before that move happened, Medi has lost DRS, so he's the one in the top 6 or 7 that's sort of just struggling for pace at the moment. So Blue Dog right on the back, and you can just see Blue Dog got a better exit off of turn 7, but again, just not quite having it without DRS, and he's not choosing
to get the move done. Yeah, he's tucking behind going to the third sector, and I think
Coolboy,
so it's a bit of a move made.
Yeah, Coolboy on Battlecat, so Coolboy in the top 10 now, so he's flying through this field. As you got Sloth and Marty.
Beast. And he's actually a lend to Mercy in the McLaren behind, because he can pick up any scraps which may fall with this battle between Sloth. As Sloth almost tries to go for a move heading to turn 13.
Sorry, change for the lead. I think Gordo either made a mistake out of the second last corner, and we got these two side by side, Gordo and Sam. Gordo's got the inside line.
Look, Gordo's going to have the inside.
He holds position, but the Williams is going to come back heading into turn 3.
Yeah, so DRS not down this straight, but he will have it out of turn 7 and 8. So, yeah, not sure what happened there. Gordo must have made a little mistake, maybe gone deep, and yeah, Sam got the pass done, but Gordo had the better line through the final corner with the switchback. So these two fighting quite hard. Sloth, I reckon, is just going to get a little bit annoyed that he's still stuck behind the Ferrari, but DRS down this straight now activated. So
Yeah.
Sam first as he's closing
He's
right
only
on
on
the back.
10% of VRS as well, Sloth is.
Oh,
He's not.
sorry, side by side. Sam gets the move done, but Gordo will get the better position.
Williams is binned off. Blue Dog is in the wall. And that'll be something that the steward and Wayne
I
is
think
out, and this could be a full safety car. It is another safety car.
I'll quickly go on to Shadow. You can see Blue Dog on the right hand side, and Wayne's car must have already disappeared. So I'm assuming Wayne just hit the back of Blue Dog, unfortunately.
All of the medium runners box. And they do.
Gordo's in, Sam's in, Meddy's
Mighty
in,
B's in.
Mercy
And
stays
Mercy
out,
is staying out.
which is fair enough.
Sloth is staying out. Battlecat is also staying out, and I think there's another one of Grido and Broseph is also staying out. So again, a couple of drivers later in the field, pit behind, deciding option not to pit and kind of utilising their hard tyres. Try to go to the end.
Yeah, exactly right. So Sam drops out in P8, but he's on the freshest of hard tyres at the moment. Gredo has done his mandatory pit stop, so he'd be, let's just say, the net leader in terms of pit stops, but obviously he's already got 5 laps of tyres on that. As all Gredo, why are you dropping down? Gredo picked up a 3-second time penalty for track limits. He was dropping down, so he's obviously at a moment somewhere. And that's unfortunate. I was going to say Gredo was looking good, but forget that. It's now Bompton that's got the freshest tyres, at least up the front, that have stayed out.
Yeah. Do you think this is a mistake from Sloth? Not boxing on the mediums?
Depends on how his tyre wear. He was, you could tell he was trying to get the move done on Marty, but he just couldn't. Obviously, this would have been before. If we didn't have that incident, he would have had DRS to maybe try and have a little bit more of a go. So if he's comfortable that he's got tyre life and can push past Mercy, because Mercy's going to be the only one in front of him, it's definitely a interesting gamble. But yeah, it's all going to be on how his tyres feel at the end, and if he thinks there's possibly another safety car that will get as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Bompton effectively is a net P1. He's already made a stop, he's already on the hard compound tyres. The issue is, will they last to the end? That's the big question, and how much of a tyre drop-off is he going to experience?
Yeah, it's interesting, but in saying that, it's only going to be, 4 laps older than, say, Sam, so there's not going to be a massive difference, because even the guys that just box for the hards, they're boxing about 5 laps earlier than what they would have wanted anyway, so it's going to be interesting. But as I said, I reckon if there's a late-ish safety car, don't be surprised if all these guys jump onto either a set of mediums or a set of softs, because it's on this game so much more of an advantage to be on fresh rubber, because you can easily make the ground back up.
Hence why the undercut is so powerful in this game.
Yeah, it's definitely a strategy that you go for. I know for me that I'm sort of struggling to sort of keep the wear in my tyres. I sort of burn my tyres up just a little bit, so I'm not going to be on a strategy that sort of you go a long time on tyres, and I know a few drivers feel like that. But yeah, undercut definitely powerful, as we do have the safety car in this lap.
Yes, we do. Mercy is going to lead the pack away. I don't know if you know this, but I think Sam actually jumped Gordo in the pit lane.
No, he got that move done on track. That's the battle I was watching just before
Got the move.
Blue Dog binned it. So you were watching the battle for P3. I was watching for the lead, and Sam just got the job done
Just
before.
got him. Okay.
Yep. So that
We
was
interesting bec-
yes, that was a move on track. So it'd be interesting to see what Sam can do with the traffic in front of him. But we're watching Mercy
Yeah.
at the moment.
Obviously, we had a Williams win today. Could a Williams win today? It all falls on Sam's shoulders if that was to happen. So, here we go. Centre car coming in. Mercy is going to, I think they'll leave it quite late. He's still going quite slow, heading out the last corner. He's going to punch.
Yeah, he hadn't gone just yet, but he's gone now, so Sloth stays right with him. Will Sloth try and make a move down around the outside? No, he won't, but he'll have a better run through turn 2. But Battle Cat got a nice run through there, nearly off the track. It was the Red Bull. But we're still single file through here. Everyone can make the corner. It was a little bit deep from A-Dog, but he's still on track as we got a bit of side-by-side action between Marty B and Cool Boy.
Cool boy.
Yeah, Cool
On
Boy.
board, and Mighty B.
Yeah.
Well done. Very brave racing from the both of them. And Mighty B just gets out on top.
Oh, we're nearly 3 wide. You don't really want to be 3 wide through here, as a little bit of nearly
Here we go. They're
contact.
going three wide here. It's the Alpine, the Williams, and the Aston Martin heading down into the left right-hander. Who gets the move done? They're still going side by side, and Goro's now in the mix.
Yeah, that was a poor exit off for the Alpine. Gordo onto the grass, but still managing to survive and get the move done. A little bit of side contact there. And Medi. No, it was A-Dog. I'm getting both Alpines confused. Oh, and that was nearly contact between the two Alpines. You definitely don't want the contact there. Shadow. Oh, and that
I
was...
think that is, it was a driver off. It's an Alpine
Yeah,
off.
no, it was A-Dog. He just had a moment coming through the final... second last corner, I should say, as we got 3 wide through here. The guys have sorted themselves out. Marty B moves past the AlphaTauri of Elaine Santa. So up into P12. So a lot of movement in the background, and I think we've got a move for Cool Boy on Medi.
Cool Boy, I think it is. He does get the move done. It's the move done on Medi.
So Cool Boy's got pace around here. So he's making moves before the safety car, and he's making moves done now as Sloth gets past Mercy.
Now, looking up ahead of P7, this battle for P5, it looks like.
Oh,
Rosas
there's
is
contact.
leading. Gritto.
Sorry,
There's
there was
contact, and there is. Sorry,
there was
contact
lag.
up ahead.
Yeah, there was lag. I think between Mercy. I think it was lag, but yeah, he ran into the back of Sloth. But Mercy, whatever the issues are, Mercy gets back the lead. Sloth, he's got to try and have a go back at the McLaren. He takes the outside
He's
line.
going around the
Mercy.
outside.
Yeah, Mercy went too
Oh,
deep.
he does a switch.
Yeah, that was a nice switchback. Mercy just went a little bit too
Very
deep on the
lovely move.
inside.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm looking at this battle for P5 here between Broseph, Gritto, and Sam. And now Gordo is in the mix. Broseph is just backing these leaders up. So it becomes more of a challenge of who can overtake them quicker rather than who has better pace.
Exactly, as Bumpton gets the move done on the Battle Cat. So Bumpton up in P3. So DRS...
Is enabled.
Yes, is enabled, not down this particular straight, as we got a move from Sam on Greedo, not quite getting it done, but he's got the outside line. Oh, and there's contact.
Oh, no!
So,
I think it was Gritto. Gritto hit Sam, and I think Sam hit Gordo. But it doesn't matter, because Gordo is through. We'll see if he has any damage.
yeah, so there was definitely a bit of issues as Cool Boy up the inside of Sam. So, not sure if Sam's got front wing damage.
Into it. They're going 3 wide.
Oh, and I think Sam hit the wall on the outside too, side by side with Medi. Gets it done. But Gordo, Greedo, yeah, but Greedo will have a nice run through here.
And Bobden has to run. I think he just got blocked off there by Mercy, and he's looking for P2, making it a Mercedes 1-2 track.
Yeah, plenty of action along here. I think Sam might have wing damage because he seems like he's struggling with pace. We'll see if these guys come in, and yeah, Sam coming in.
Oh,
as
there's a spinning car. I think it's Cool Boy. Safety car. He pinned out the exit off the last corner, and that will be a safety car.
yeah, and Dunmore retired out of turn 12 too, so safety car. So this has saved Sam.
And this, actually, I think it lends itself to drivers such as Broseph. Because they'll be able to get on fresh rubber, fresh medium compound tyres, and go to the end.
Yeah, so this helps Sloth. This helps Mercy.
It actually helps Sam, who just came out the pits with a brand new set of medium compound tyres.
It's still a bit of a stretch than what they would have wanted. 17 laps, maybe take 2 or 3 from the safety car. So you're looking at about 14 laps of running on the mediums. Yes, we are lower
Absolutely
on fuel.
Doable. As the recommended strategy, 14 laps on the medium compound tyres. It has been done before, but it's just going to be seeing how well those mediums fare compared to some of these older hard compound tyres, and how much of an advantage they'll get, and how that advantage changes throughout the course of the race.
Yeah, you're right, Verk, as well. A lot of just a few impatient moves there. We sort of saw that with the same incident with Greedo, and I think Gordo was on the inside as well. So just got a little bit messy there. So we'll see who does what. Sloth obviously coming in. Mercy's still staying out. Bompton's coming in. Battle Cat's coming in. Broseph, Gordo. Medi stays out. So it'll be interesting to see.
There's a bit of a jostle pit lane, and there's been an incident in pit lane, I think.
Yeah, pit lane entry. So we'll have to wait and see where all these guys sort of shuffle out. Those Lost comes out in P7, Battle Cat in P8. I think Bompton sort of lost a little bit because he was in the Mercedes pit and got held, unfortunately. So he's back down in P10. So as you can see, Sloth, he's on new hard tyres, but you've got a whole bunch of brand new medium tyre runners behind him.
As I said before, you can't rule out the Battle Cat. Currently sitting almost in a net P2 at this point.
Yeah, and interesting for Mercy as well. He's stayed out on the 12-lap old hards. He's still got a pit. So is he just hoping for that last safety car?
Yeah, because if it doesn't happen, he is going to drop all the way back. So it's a risky move for the McLaren driver. We'll see if it pays off. Currently sitting P5 in the championship with 18 points to his name.
Yeah, so Mercy, Medi, Marty, the 3Ms are your top 3, and safety car is in this lap already, so we'll jump back onto Mercy.
And you can't rule out Medi or B. If they can defend, and we saw it earlier, if they can defend and use their track position to their advantage, they could be on a right hot shot for getting a podium today.
Yeah, exactly right. So I'm interested to see how Mercy goes in holding off these guys on the younger tyres, and what can Sloth do on the hards, what can Battle Cat do on the brand new mediums. Can they get their way through the field? And does Mercy go the same point that he did last time?
Mercy slowing the entire pack down.
And he's gone.
And now he's off. And he's actually timed it very well, because the Ferrari is now going to be on the back of the Alpine. He's not going to be able to get a move down to turn 1, but he is right up on the gearbox, as well as Etimon behind Marty B. And Etimon might look to go for a move down into turn 3. He's going to dive down the inside of the Ferrari. Does he get the move done? They're banging wheels, and I don't think so. He doesn't get the move done, and Marty B takes P3.
Yeah, good defending there from the Ferrari driver, Etimon. It was a good chance to get the move done, but yeah, great side-by-side racing with the both of them. As we've got a bit of a kerfuffle here.
I think we have some. I think Cool Boy has actually binned it in Sector 1.
Yeah, so we'll watch that in the background. But Sloth gets past the lane 10 up into P5 on the brand new hard tyres as Elaine picks up a 3-second time penalty. So we've got 2 guys with 3 seconds already. As we've got a move in the background, the Red Bull Battle Cat on Parallel Aussie. So up into P7 is the Battle Cat. And Gordo getting the move done on Broseph for P10. And the Williams of Sam. He'd be a little bit annoyed getting involved in that incident. So Sam
looks like they're still actually going to fight it, heading down into turn 1. It looks like Sam maybe just has the move done. He does have the move done heading to turn 1 as the Williams driver.
Yeah, Broseph just struggling at the moment, so Greedo's on the outside line.
Sloth is right on the back of that Alfa Romeo gearbox, and he's going to have the advantage of the ERS heading down the back straight. So here we go, on board now with Sloth. He's actually not gaining. He's not using any of his ERS. It seems like he's just happy to sit behind. Battlecat makes the move done on a lane centre.
Gordo and Sam fighting once again. Oh, Gordo nearly lost the rear and nearly hit the back, the side of Sam, but these two still fighting. Yeah, Sam inside line.
Oh, Sam's done very well there.
Yeah, well, Gordo trying hanging around the outside. No, he won't. But he's got to watch Greedo as well. As we've got a yellow flag. Cool Boy's lost it again in the back. Oh, and that's the Ferrari around. So Broseph has had an issue. Yeah, with the way that happened, that looked like Broseph got hit, unfortunately. And has he picked up wing damage? No, he hasn't. But Shadow got involved in that as well. And he's coming in, so he might have a bit of wing damage. A-Dog definitely has wing damage. And Cool Boy obviously...
And Sloth has lost his front wing. And it had to be a turn safety car heading...
Oh, and what has happened there?
Looks like Sloth has just... And it's caused a collision, and we've got another safety car.
So this is the fourth safety car. So Sam and the lane centre just sorting out their position. So, yeah, Ethimon, he's out. Is this the
safety car Mercy wants?
Yeah, exactly right. Sloth, as you said, no front wing. So you believe it was those two that had the incident?
Absolutely. There's an Alfa Romeo getting caught up, and I think it was Ethimon 100%. It looks like it was Sloth was trying to make a move heading into turn 3, and it looks like those two just tapped, and it just caused a massive collision. Cool Boy had a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. I am entirely not surprised by that. And
yeah, he's not. Just goes from bad to worse, unfortunately. But yeah, Ethimon in the Discord, he's laid blame to who he thinks who's at fault at that already. But we'll leave that for the stewards.
I can't see that, but I will.
Yeah,
I think I know who it may be.
Yeah, you kind of spot on the money with who you think he's meaning. So, Mercy, he's in. Sloth, obviously, in. So, thankfully, a lot of the other... Oh, and there's been more contact. Sam's
out. Sam is out.
For the second race in a row... Well, I won't say second race in a row because it was off a restart, but that's another incident under safety car. Sam is out. And which...
Oh my...
So who... he was near...
And it goes...
I think he was...
I know who it was.
Who?
I don't know who it was. I can't tell.
No, because I was switched over to Mercy, and then next thing I know, I've got a wheel flying, and that's Sam retiring. So there's been more contact. I'm assuming... I'm just trying to see who the hell it was. I'm trying to see if anyone's missing a front wing. Sam's left the session. Right. He'd be annoyed, obviously. Gordo's
and the day goes bad to worse for Williams. There's a double DNF for the team.
So we're down to 14. Yeah, this is sort of... I did say we're hoping for a little bit better than Jeddah. I don't know if we're entirely getting it there. Yeah, we've just been a little bit unlucky, and we've had incidents on the straight too. You shouldn't have that. I can imagine incidents in corners, but yeah.
Yeah, those two incidents, they will definitely be looked at after the session by the stewards. And I've got time to shamelessly plug the Instagram. If you want to get notified of any changes which happen to the end race results and to the championship standings, make sure you follow the Instagram. They'll be posted every Thursday night, Friday morning, depending when they come out.
Yep, and apparently, it might have been Santa with a bit of lag, and Sam, unfortunately, has run completely into the back,
And
perhaps.
Santa is coming into the pits.
Yep, so it wouldn't surprise me if he's got some damage. Can't see... yeah, that's the front wing change, so yeah, it's contact between those two, unfortunately, so Santa drops back down into P14. He will jump Cool Boy with who's got the drive through.
Now, we're in an interesting situation here because we've got some older mediums against the really old HUDs, and how much does track position play into the final 10 laps of this race?
Well, I was going to say not really. Or track position was going to be a major part because we've sort of gone 3 laps in a safety car, so we haven't really had much effect of a DRS activation. But because we've used our 4 safety cars, unless the game decides to chuck us out another one, we should be green to the end.
I think it's 3. We have 3. I believe that was the third one. This is the third one.
I'm pretty sure this is the 4th one because we had 2 early on. We had the 3rd one in the middle, and then I'm pretty sure this is our 4th one. Because I think Gordo's...
Anyway...
Yeah, because Gordo's led 1, Mercy's led 2, and now Medi's going to lead 1. So we've definitely had 4. So
no, sorry, that's my fault. This is the 4th one. So this is going to be a straight shootout to the finish.
Yep. So these are pretty much going to be the ties that the guys will finish their race. The race is on. So Medi had an issue early on, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, but he finds himself leading this pack. But again, him and Marty B are going to have to do a hell of a lot of defending against the Battle Cat and Bompton.
Here you go. So, who wins from here? That is going to be the question. I wouldn't rule out Sloth. I wouldn't rule out Gordo either, but I think Sloth, if he keeps his nose clean, could be on course for at least the podium today. Only time will tell, as Medi will get us underway. And he's off.
Yeah, gets a good jump once again. There's going to be moves down the back between Garrido and Gordo. But Medi takes turn 1 in the lead.
Does it very well as well.
Yeah, and we've nearly got 3.
And now Marty B is going to look to try and get a move done. No, he's just going to play the longer game, and it's just going to stay behind the back of that Alpine.
Yes, there was quite a lot of congestion in the mid-pack, especially around turn 3 and even on the straight coming down to turn 3. As Sloth up into P8. As you can see, he's got a lot more ground, but he's hit the back of the McLaren. No, it wouldn't give damage to either driver, but he's got to be a little bit careful. He's burning a lot of his battery down the inside. As we quickly head back up to the lead, Marty B trying to get the lead, but he couldn't
to get a move done. And it's almost a pack of 5 here. Gordo is now in the mix.
Yeah, as you can sort of see, this is what the old tyres is. They're sort of backing up everyone else as Bompton goes for a move on Battle Cat.
A little bit of contact, but it looks like every driver has got to that pretty much unscathed.
Yeah, and then Battle Cat was sort of out wide, so he had to let Gordo through as well. So Battle Cat dropping down to P5, and tyre's not in the window because Gredo's right there as well. Roaster picks up a 3-second time penalty. So
how crucial would that be at the end of the race?
Yeah, these drivers have now got to be careful. 10 laps left to go into this race. You cannot afford to pick up penalties at this late stage.
Here we go. Bompton looking for a move on Marty B. He's going under turn 3. Doesn't get the move done.
No, but Mercy...
Oh, he does. He does. He does get around. He dances around the inside of the Ferrari.
No!
And it's Gordo has just crashed into Marty B, and the championship leader is out. Is down and out. Gordo second is out, and could that be a championship rivalry point to remember?
No, Gordo, I think, just had a loss maybe on the curb or whatever, but he just went left straight into the side of Marty B, and unfortunately, pretty much taken both out of this race as we go side by side with Mercy and Greedo. Mercy remains in P3. Greedo in P4, Battle Cat in P5, and then you can see Sloth already up into P5 on the brand new medium tyres.
Yeah, absolutely. So, this race gets very interesting None of these drivers have won for a very long time. We're almost going to have a surprise. We're almost certain there's going to be a surprise winner here today. Who are you putting your money on here, Scotty?
Oh, it's hard. Darius is now enabled. Bompton gets past Medi. However, for the race lead, Bompton... Honestly, I think I have to go with Bompton. Medium tyres, 8 laps. I think he's going to just sort of get away from Medi. Question is, can Sloth catch his teammate in time?
Yeah, I think the question here becomes, how long can Medi hold up the drivers behind? That's...
Yeah, exactly right.
Okay.
As Mercy's right on the back of Medi now. And Cool Boy's gone. He's had another issue, but Mercy, Battle Cat, I think, got past Greedo as well. So a lot of changes on the field, on the track at the moment. Mercy and Medi fighting.
I think actually Aussie is going to get the move done on A-Dog, and he does. Lovely little move done for the McLaren driver. Puts him up into P8 and potentially higher with penalties to Greedo and Broth up front.
Oh, sorry, and I've just seen that particular incident that took Ethimon out. So I think, unfortunately, Sloth may have a case to answer for his incident as he moves up into P3.
P3.
So it's a double Merc podium at the moment, but yeah, from what I've just seen with that particular incident, yeah, definitely a case there as Medi goes up the inside of the Battle Cat. Oh, and then Greedo's turned Battle Cat. Yeah, Greedo turned him. Unfortunately, saw that in the background. So Greedo, unfortunately, he may have to see the stewards as well after that incident. So Battle Cat was looking really good, but we're down to 12 drivers. Battle Cat's still in there. Hopefully he hasn't hit the wall and picked up damage.
Yeah. So we said before the race started, we want to see Red Bulls do well and want to see Ferrari drivers do well. Currently that hasn't happened as well as what we would have hoped for. Both is up in P6, which is a positive. However, both Red Bulls at the back and a Ferrari even further behind.
Yeah, at least...
And I think Bopton is getting up the move.
Ooh.
Mercy is leading the race. He gets moved done. However, he's only got 8% worth that ERS left. Bopton, on the other hand, has got 70% of his battery left. And Sloth only has 20%. So could Bopton use his battery in order to get past and stay past?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting, but he's going to use those medium tyres to effect as Greedo gets past Medi as well, and Broseph, he gets past Medi as well, so
Broseph does get past.
Yeah, so Medi lost 2 spots in that particular race, but back up to front because Bompton trying to move around the outside. Medi covers that very nicely. So Mercy from Bompton from Sloth. Greedo leads the next train of 3 of Greedo, Broseph and Medi.
Now, looking up front, Bopton and Sloth are looking... And Sloth's got a 3-second time penalty! Oh my goodness. How big could that be?
So he gets past his teammate and he's going to try and go the double overtake. Mercy's going to defend the inside line. But this will Yeah, but this will hamper his line through 9 and 10, so he's going to have to defend as well. No battery for either driver. So Sloth taking the outside line. Mercy's going to cover. Does he manage to pull it up in time?
He does. It's a brilliant move by Sloth. Has he got the inside? He has.
But, I thought Mercy was going to try and still keep it around the inside. But Sloth takes the lead. So he's got 6 laps to go.
He has to pull out a 3-second gap in order to win this race.
Exactly right. Greedo gets past Broseph. So these two fighting, but I want to switch back up to the front. Mercy closed up, but not quite getting the move done on Sloth. So how quickly can Sloth pull away?
Adol gets the move done on his teammate.
Yeah, so
or doesn't.
He still does, but this is going to hamper both drivers, as you've got Yeah, I think A-Dog just went too deep and just sort of had to allow that position back, and he nearly got passed by Lane Santa, but Yeah, a little bit messy
Marty
there.
P, fastest lap. Now, Battle Cat is currently in P12. He's just chucked on a brand new set of the soft compound tyres. Looks like he's to go for the fastest lap today in P12. He'll get points anyway, but hopefully he gets an extra one to add to that Red Bull tally.
Yeah, as Broseph gets the move done on Greedo for P4, so these two fighting it out quite hard for P4, but that gets the job done. Lane Santa gets past one of the Alpines of Medi, so he'll have the other one to try and get.
Yep.
Back at the front, Sloth still leading. Mercy and Bompton will still have DRS.
Yep. At this rate, actually, Broseph will actually keep his P4 with the gap he's got behind and the penalties applied. His 3 seconds almost doesn't count. As Lane Santa gets the move done on A-Dog heading into turn 1.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be. Oh, A-Dog had a bit of a moment, so he's actually lost
I
position.
think he had a puncture. Was there a puncture? No. I think he had a bit of a moment because he was going very, very slow on the straight.
Yeah, I'd more expect his teammate to get the punch, being that he's on 18 lap old hards compared to A-Dog's 9 lap old mediums. So back at the front, Bompton's had a bit of a moment because he's 1.5 seconds behind now. So not sure what happened to him. Shadow picks up a 3-second time penalty as Mercy...
Not going to matter.
Yeah.
Almost won't matter.
Yeah, to be fair from Shadow, as PLRL Aussie gets past Medi, so Medi just falling back through this field. Even Aussie on the same age of tyres has got more grip than what the Alpine does.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Bopton should be able to just hold position at the moment. It's going to be difficult for him to challenge Mercy for P2. And this rate will have a podium in the bag, potentially even P2 with a penalty to his teammate. As Mercy is looking to get the move done on Sloth. He doesn't want to get it done through penalties. He wants to get this race win done on track, it seems.
Yeah, he'll definitely try, but he now knows that he doesn't have to risk anything too stupid because of the 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the field sort of spread out just a little bit. Couple of battles, obviously this battle for P1, and then Medi and A-Dog are still quite close together in P8 and 9.
Broseph is just dropping further and further back from Bopton, so that P3, that double Mercedes podium, at the moment, looks to be pretty safe.
Yeah, Mercy closing up on Sloth, but yeah, I think without DRS, Bompton, I think he's just going to be in no man's land, unfortunately, a little bit there, and because he's got older tyres as well, he'll start feeling them. That's what he might be just struggling a little bit with pace, just with 4 laps extra on his mediums.
Yeah.
As we come around the final corner for the leaders, we'll have 3 laps left to go. Sloth leads us away by about half a second on Mercy. Bompton in P3. Broseph, he's gapped Greedo now, so Broseph be a great P4 for him. And I think he's got the gap to
Aussie. He just by a couple of tenths, 2 or 3 cents it seems.
Yeah, so he's still got to push.
It's very tight.
Yeah, SPRL Aussie gets onto the back of Lane Santa, and so he'll have a little bit of a train with these 3 guys in front with Pens.
Absolutely.
So Mercy again, just using the DRS very effectively. Oh, Bompton's made another mistake. He's 3.8 behind, so Broseff's only 2.2.
Yeah, I don't think it'll play too much into the final result. And Aussie gets the move done on Lane Santa. How crucial could that be? Because that almost close becomes an automatic P4 for the McLaren driver.
Yeah.
Again, Cool Boy will have to serve his 25-second penalty next week if he finishes. I don't know who else had a penalty to serve going into this race.
Blue Dog will get his carried over because he's
carried over as well.
It's going to be Garrido who gets a 10-second time penalty at the end of this race. So wherever Garrido finishes, so he might actually drop down to P9.
Yeah, so here at Aussie, he is in P5, potentially even P4. So we'll see how that plays out as we head on to the second last lap. And Mercy has just got the...
Oh, and just as we said that, Parallel Aussie picks up a 3-second time penalty. So forget that P4, unless he does it on track.
So Broseph looks to be safe as houses at the moment. I think Sloth has just let Mercy through. I don't know if that's just tyre safing or what that is.
A little bit weird.
But Sloth could remain P2, sorry.
Gredo moves back past Broseph.
Gets the move done on Broseph. So here we go. Mercy heading on the final corner as they start the final lap of the race.
So Mercy leads us away. So sort of missed that change for the lead. So unless Sloth had a bit of an issue, and that's why
Sloth just let him through.
Oh, interesting.
On the back straight. So I don't know if that was tactical or not, but it will be interesting to see who comes P2 and P3 at the Mercedes drivers, because that 3-second time penalty, it's on the borderline.
As Elaine Santa gets back past Parallel Aussie, so Parallel Aussie, we thought he was going to be challenging for P4, but unfortunately he may finish in P7.
So here we go. Broseph, almost like a last-ditch effort to get past Grido. He's about 6 tenths behind the Aston Martin, who'll get the DRS. Does he get the move done? No, is the answer. And it will almost say P5 for the Ferrari driver.
Yeah, it's just a little bit too far back, but obviously he'll get that position back when Garrido cops his 10-second time penalty from the previous round. But we're going to switch back on to Mercy, because Mercy, he's done a fantastic job. Played the strategy right. He's on the medium tyres. He's going to cross the line, and he'll get his first victory of the season. Wins in Australia. Sloth finishes in P2, and currently it is a Mercedes 2-3 double podium for the Merc. Garrido finishes P4 on track, but he'll drop back down. Brosa finishes in P5, which will go up to P4. Parallel Aussie, Elaine Santa, A-Dog, Medi, Shadow will finish in the top 10. So good job from him. Obviously not the race he would have wanted. And then obviously probably two biggest losers, Battle Cat and Marty, just unfortunately getting involved in collisions, having to come in, get some damage repaired, and they come across the line. So that's your 29 laps done.
So Marty P12, I actually think he will keep his championship lead even after the win from Mercy.
I think
as he still gains a good 5 points.
Yeah.
So yeah, he does retain.
Yes.
Implementation today, but Mercy will win in Australia.
Yeah, it was a great job from him as Mercy. As you can see, he holds up the trophy. He kept out of all the trouble that affected a few of the other guys. And it's a McLaren on the top step of the podium for the first time in Tier 2. And we see the black overalls of the Merc double podium at the moment.
And Marty B got the fastest lap for Ferrari. Only driver to get into the 119s.
Yeah, so as you can see, results on screen: Mercy from Sloth from Brompton, Greedo, Broseph, PRL Aussie, Elaine Santa, A-Dog, Medi, Shadow, Battlecat, and Marty B. They were your finishes, and unfortunately, as you can see, the list of DNFs: Cool Boy, Gordo, Sam, Ethimon, Dom War, Wayne Morris, and Blue Dog. So a little bit of a survive race, but yeah, great job from the top three, and great job from the guys that did finish. Lots points in the bag for a few of those guys. And yeah, great effort from Mercy as well, once again. But as we flick over and just wait for the guys to jump in.
I think we already have Sloth.
Got Sloth, so just there's
And Bopton is in.
and just waiting on our race winner. So
And Mercy's in. Lovely.
got Gersim. So do you want to start with our P3?
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to Bompton. Well done, mate.
Cheers, lads.
How did the race go from your end? Looks like you were up top for a very long time. Did it feel nice?
Yeah, well, start of the race, I got a good start, and I'm not sure if I got hit, but I think I got hit into turn one, and that's how I ended up spinning. And then I got wing damage because I got driven into. So, yeah, kind of had to fight my way through the back pretty much, and then that last stint on the mediums there, I was out in front and thought I'd be able to do it, but just the tyre life, just the dig at the end there was getting a bit harder to control. The car kept sliding out and making little mistakes, and yeah, Mercy and Sloth ran away from me. So, but yeah, no,
absolutely.
It was overall a good race. So I quite enjoyed it, and yeah, congrats to Mercy on the win and Sloth for P2. Good points for Mercedes. So
Yeah, very, very good. Just a quick question. How warm were those mediums at the end? Could you give us a percentage?
I didn't actually check. I knew they'd last, but I'd say they probably would have been in around the 60s, 70s, maybe.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, mate. Congratulations on the podium, and hopefully you're back up next week.
All right, cheers, lads.
And now same team. So Sloth P2 couldn't quite hang it with Mercy. Obviously, the 3-second penalty obviously hurt you a little bit, but you definitely looked very, very quick out on track today.
Yeah, it was a pretty messy race for me today. Not my greatest drives. It was just a lot of and I think it goes to show for everyone that this was not our greatest race. Like I've raced with some of the people. Obviously, this is my first race in Inters, so I don't know how people are, but this was not, like, I will say for everyone here that it was not like the greatest race for everyone. Like we were just like, it was dodgems out there basically. But I did accidentally DNF one of the alphas. I did go for a move. He was just a bit all over the place and stuff. But like it's no excuse for DNFing kind of thing. I probably will be getting a penalty, so P2 not lasting too long. But overall, it was a great quali. The race felt alright. My clutch didn't engage off the start and everything, and then near the end, as I was leading, trying to get away from Mercy, I really cooked the rears and nearly ended my race there in the walls. But overall, P2 is pretty good, and hopefully next week, if I do get another reserve drive, I'm going to reel it in a little bit and not try and go too crazy and everything. But yeah.
Yeah, well, that was probably going to be my next question to ask you. Is obviously the start. Obviously, not sure if you just sort of didn't realise the formation lap was off, or if you did have another issue. But obviously, as you just said, obviously the clutch didn't bite, and unfortunately, that's why you obviously stalled at the start.
Yeah, definitely. It was I don't know what is the issue with this with my game or even with my wheel, but it usually will bite in, but ever so often it will not register that I'm actually holding down clutch, and then I have to quickly press options just so otherwise I'll just get DNF'd for sitting on track because I can't move.
Probably just a Mercedes thing, because Bompton, didn't that happen to you? I'm pretty sure that happened to you at Jeddah, didn't you? Your clutch didn't bite.
Yep. The clutch didn't go. I think it's a lobby issue, because we did have. I couldn't join the lobby at the start of the race as well, so I think I'm putting it down to a glitch with the lobby.
Yeah, because
it's weird that the clutch doesn't work.
Yeah, because it was both you and Sloth, obviously P2, starting in P2 and both having the clutch issue, so it's a weird issue, but obviously you managed to get away with that, obviously, Yeah, pace was good from you, Sloth. Obviously, a few little tangles here and there, but as I said, it was a good showing from your first time out anyway, pace-wise. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with the stewards inquiry, but yeah, great race regardless from you, pace-wise, and yeah, possibly see you next time out if you can get another reserve spot.
Definitely.
All right, congrats.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, exactly right. Do you want to take us through our P1
Absolutely.
and winner?
Right. Now to introduce your race winner, Mercy. Mate, great race from you today. Good win.
Thank you. It was a tough one.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously a lot of safety cars. You led the restart on 2 of them. We saw you trying to go very late. Did you have any thinking behind that?
Yeah, I just didn't want to spin on the corner, so I was going on the straight, but none of those safety cars really helped my strategy at all. I was going to go hard soft. So I was kind of hoping there was one on like lap 20, 21, 22, and everyone would come in. But yeah, jumping on those
absolutely.
mediums, it really, really helped, and they were pretty quick, so that helped a lot.
Yeah. And just on your strategy today, obviously you kind of stayed out for a very long time. I think it was the first 3 safety cars. You stayed out on your hards. Were you just kind of hoping and praying for that last safety car at the end there?
Not that early. Going in for mediums at the start was just going to mean I had to stop twice again, so I just thought I should just stay out, have the lead. But yeah, I wanted one around lap 22 where most of the field would pit and I wouldn't lose many spots. I think a couple of collisions and all that helped me out to get through everyone.
Yeah. All good. By my calculations, you're currently P2 in the driver's standings, only 3 points behind Mighty B. Do you think you can take the fight to him in the championship?
If I stop crashing in quali and races, I think I can have a good shot at it, but I know Mighty B is very consistent, so I think it'll be a good battle, and I know Gordo is quite quick as well, so he should be up there. There's quite a few that can have a chance at winning it, so it should be a good season.
Still in the season. Anything you want to add, Scotty?
No, it was a great drive from you. Obviously, we'll just cross out Bahrain, and you've done really well the last 2 races. So obviously, yeah, just big congrats, and obviously we'll see you later on the season. Hopefully, we'll talk to you more in here.
Yeah, let's hope. Just congrats to Sloth and Bopton as well. It's pushed me right to the end there, so congrats to them.
Yeah, exactly right. But yeah, big congratulations to McLaren on another win in Tier 2. And that will wrap us up. Scotty, big thank you for filling in today. Enjoyed having you in here.
Absolutely. It's wonderful being back in the commentary box, especially with you, Scotty. Great race as well to accompany it.
Yeah, exactly right. And thank everyone for watching. We are 2 tiers down, 1 to go. We've got the Quick Boys tomorrow, Tier 1. So I'll be racing in there. Hopefully for a bit of chaotic race with maybe a few safety cars might be able to get a cheeky top 10, top 5. We'll see how we go, but I think it's going to be cloudy conditions once again, but hopefully just a little bit cleaner from the Red Bull side. But yeah, great. Looking forward to it, and yeah, great to watch. With I believe it might be Marty and Broseph, hopefully in the comms box.
I believe it is Marty and Broseph.
Yeah, so great to join those boys tomorrow afternoon, wherever you're watching, at 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So we've been the Scotty pairing, and we will catch you tomorrow afternoon for Tier 1. So until then, bye for now.
See ya.